Humans are hard, code is easy. Part 4, getting fired. As I learned more about soft skills, my career progressed, starting out as a developer. Then I moved into a technical lead role. Then I was a senior developer, and next I moved into manager of software development. At this point, I was feeling really good about my career progression. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a Friday morning in May. I took my kids to school and went into the office at my normal time, a little before 8 a.m. Oddly enough, my boss was in. He usually came in at 9 or after. I sat down and unpacked my things. Then Scott, my boss, came to my desk and said, "Tom, can I talk with you?" I said, "Sure." Then I followed him to his office. Although when he came to his office, he took a right instead. That's strange, I thought, as I followed Scott down the hallway. Then we took a left into Sandy's office. Who is Sandy, you ask? Well, she was the director of human resources. We sat down, and then Scott said, "Tom, this is your last day here." If you've ever had that said to you at work or in a relationship, you know what it feels like. The rest was strange as I felt the calm come over me. I knew something was going to happen. As I looked across the table, I could tell Scott and Sandy felt terrible. They discussed the next steps. I packed my things and left. Getting fired gives us a good chance to reflect. What did we do wrong? How could this have been avoided? As I look back, I realized one lesson first. What led to this was a lack of clarity. I did not clearly understand the objective. Therefore, I needed to ask better questions. As a result, the team I led did not execute accordingly. Processing this, though, took time, as at first we can get frustrated and want to blame others. However, we need to own our mistakes. The second lesson I learned was the importance of relationship management. As John taught us earlier, we need to continually foster our connections. I began to reach out to my network, and the opportunities were plentiful. So even in something as trying and frustrating as getting fired can be a moment for learning if we take time to unpack the wisdom. Mastery for developers can be a hard skill to learn. We need to learn and understand how to move forward. Early in my career, I learned a powerful lesson from Wei. Wei was a software developer I worked with, and he began to notice that I was focusing on 5 different things at once. Wei's guidance was brought clear to me a few years later when I attended a seminar. At Michael Hyatt's Best Year Ever conference, he discussed goal setting. Michael said, "Detailed plans are great if you're building a nuclear submarine." He continued, "For everything else, just focus on the next step." Wei and Michael agreed on this point. Don't overthink it. In Proverbs, it is said, "In the multitude of counselors, there is safety." Luke's journey first brought him to Obi-Wan Kenobi, where he learned some basics, similar to what I learned from Wei. He kept learning, and so have I. Reflection doesn't come easy for me. I want to move on to the next thing. In David Marquis' book, Leadership is Language, he details the red work, the doing, and the blue work, the thinking. In the book, he discusses how they are both important aspects of making progress. He walks us through the Industrial Revolution, where the workers did the red work and the managers did the blue work. Today, us knowledge workers must do both. A simple pause can help us step back and check. How can I improve my coding, debugging, and testing?